It's game time here in Miami as the crowds at the American Airlines Arena look to cheer on the hometown Heat. Well, it was the Chicago Bulls in their last game, a loss to Denver. And it's going to be the Bulls off the tip. Now a chance, courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. The starting five on the floor. So the Bulls 5 right now. Rose is the 1 with Butler as the 2. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Dunleavy in the small forward position. Derrick Rose, unbelievable spirit. We know about his toughness, has fought through injuries of all kinds that might cause a lesser competitor to hang up his sneakers.
And competitor, that's the word, Kevin. I mean, he was impossible to outcompete at the high school level, the college level, and now in the pros.
And, you know, back to D. Rose for a moment. He drives the lane now as hard as he did before the injuries. It's a level of fearlessness that only a few guys possess. And it's not teachable. You either have it or you don't.
This one for 3. Rockets the pass to Bosh. First quarter of play, 1 minute played. Rejected by Gasol. The dish to Dunleavy. Inside. And Pau Gasol, the bucket on the assist by Dunleavy. Gasol's got his first basket.
And, you know, back to D. Rose, he grew up in a brutally dangerous neighborhood on Chicago's south side. Some of that fearlessness, that competitiveness he exhibits was learned early on out of necessity. And his presence as a scorer, it just has a calming effect for the rest of the team. He's a fallback option whenever they need one.
And he gets the bucket.
How about 3 or 4 from the floor to start? That's always a good sign.
Boy, I really love the way Dragic spreads that ball around.
We're just about 2 minutes into the first quarter. To the middle. Here's Butler. It's good. This time the assist from Rose.
4 or 5 shots have dropped for them already. Not a bad way to get things started.
Here's Dragic. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. 6 changes of the lead here.
Yeah, no team able to build a big lead early on. I mean, it's tight.
Yeah, both teams still kind of feeling their way through this game.
Here's Bosh. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And, of course, Chris Bosh has been such a prolific scorer and rebounder in his career. He's not quite in the 2010 category for his career. The boy, Greg, he's close.
Yeah, I mean, good athleticism, that big wingspan, and not an overly physical player, but very instinctive on the backboard. And when it comes to scoring, particularly from that mid-range area, he can do it all.
Here's Dunleavy. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2. They get Luol Deng.
On the topic of Chris Bosh, I mean, guys, he was a 24-11 player his last season with Toronto. Went on to Miami to win rings where his stats dipped a bit with LeBron there. Then last season, his scoring average right back up to 21 a game.
Now here's Bosh. He's got 5. And it's Wade penetrating. Some solid defense from Butler.
And you can see the defenders afraid to kind of get in his way a lot of times when he's on his way to the basket. But on that one, they were there. And talking about Chris Bosh, he was really ahead of his time when he first entered the league. I mean, very few power forwards back then had his combination of size, agility, and skill set. Now we're seeing a ton of 4s like that on draft night.
Now Wade, after Jimmy Butler missed from long range, misses from short range.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
It's hauled in by the Heat.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
That was a smart pass by Wade that time.
Rose attacking. There's the killer two-handed slam.
And that is a major league flush right there, my friends.
And in a tight contest like this, Greg, that might be just what they need to get the tide rolling in their direction.
You're exactly right. I mean, so often when the team gets that kind of explosive play out of its backcourt, that can really rally and galvanize the whole squad.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. Portis, he's checked in for the Bulls. Mirotic comes in for Jimmy Butler. Winslow. And it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Yeah, exceptional play there to take the bump and still get it to fall.
I like to call that stick-to-itiveness, Greg. Getting everything he possibly could out of that play. Nicely done.
And the first time out of the game called for Chicago.
And one thing we know about Justice Winslow, he is great on the big stage. He was amazing in the tournament for Duke a season ago. Got better and better as he helped his school capture the national championship.
Bulls trail by 4. With Winslow, it's all about improvement and being great on the big stage. I think he can do that, Greg. You talked about, what he did in that national championship run. Clark, he was a fantastic foundation to begin with.
Yeah, you know what? He's not got many holes in his game. Solid at the defensive end, can score a lot of ways, puts his hands on winning at both ends of the floor.
Here is Rose. Justice Winslow picking up that last bucket. Mirotic with it. He feeds it to Gasol. That's in. He's got 2 made now, and he's shooting 2 for 3.
If you give him an inch of space, he's going to make you pay.
Dishes it to Winslow. Feeds to Johnson. Stoudemire, the screen. Johnson kicks to Stoudemire. Just 5 on the clock. Winslow shot is off. Bulls trail by 4. And the wide open shot from Rose. And the 3-ball is good. Rose has got 9.
And just a solid way to start the game. 4-5.
Passes it to Winslow. The feed to McRoberts. It's Richardson on the wing. Pass to Johnson. And they come right back with their own three-pointer. Johnson's got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. And some nice ball movement here by Chicago. And there's a minute 45 left in the first quarter. Dunleavy kicks to Rose. That 3 off the mark.
You can't miss those, but even the best do on occasion.
Winslow with it. Now guarded by Mirotic. Here's Dunleavy. Comes out of the gate empty. He's 0 for 1.
The bucket just not well protected, but still he doesn't convert too often. That's been the story with him.
In the corner, Winslow with it. The three-pointer, no good. Bulls trail by 4. From the arc, they get it again. The Heat have gone 8 of 14 from the field in the first quarter. Richardson for 3. That's in there. Johnson with the assist.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this lead.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively.
And there was a question of whether or not Derrick Rose would be able to get back to his former self. At times last season, you could see him back in that MVP form.
And the Heat going with the whole new group on the floor. And Chicago also making a switch. McDermott's checked in.
That was a good rebound right there, but they haven't been very strong on the glass so far.
Clark, a little disparity there in the rebound numbers, but some of that comes down to how the ball bounces. Let's see if it evens out.
There's the bucket. Good. Tang's got his first basket of the night.
Assists like that have typified their effort today. Terrific ball movement.
Really a prime example of the difference in how these teams have operated offensively. Much more individual play at the other end. Oh, big fella throwing it down with a vengeance. And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
And I love the mentality that they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing it. They're moving it side to side until they finally get the one they want.
And he gets it to go.
He got a great read of where that miss was going, and that allowed him to be the first guy to it and get the putback.
The offense coming free and easy as we wrap up the first quarter. Heat lead by 5. Back after this from the American Airlines Arena. Now the second quarter getting ready to start up. All right, well, look at how the points have been generated so far. A scoring breakdown for the Heat.
They've been making some really nice passes out there. Excellent passing. That could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And also, how about the fact defensively, they're getting that backboard and getting out in transition, especially in this first half.
The big men are Bosch and Whiteside. Wade and Dang are the 2 and 3. And it's Dragic in the 1. So that's who Miami starts the second with. No good from Wade.
And he's really having all sorts of problems with his jumper right now.
Yeah, big time. I mean, the words that come to mind, ice and cold and disappearing stroke, all would apply.
And stolen by Butler. Quarter number 2. We're about a minute in. In the corner, it's McDermott. Outside Rose. It's stolen by Dragic. Wade drives in. Right through the D for the layup. Wade's got his second basket of the night.
Boy, guys, they've shown some great passing on their last few trips down the floor. Excellent.
4 straight passes leading to scores. Great team play.
The shot is off. Some solid defense from Butler.
Just not there from a rhythm standpoint right now. It's really eluding him.
And Gibson sends it back. Outside Rose. He dishes it to Butler. And Whiteside sends it back. They retain possession. The shot misses.
He hit a 3 in the first, but so far has been unable to capitalize here in this quarter.
And he gets it to go.
And the crisp passing has opened things up for them offensively.
10 straight points off assists. That's very impressive, and it also makes the game easy and fun to watch.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
Boy, last season, Hassan Whiteside made a huge splash in the NBA. Big blocks, big rebound totals, but he had some head-scratching moments as well. Missed his share of action due to suspensions.
And Miami calls their first time out of the game. And GA, as you said with Whiteside, his fiery attitude flared up a few times last season. And it hurt his team more than once in Miami.
No doubt, and it's something that he has got to work on. I mean, he's proven that he can be a big-time player in this league, but he can't have the mental lapses that get him tossed from games and hurt his team.
Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Pau Gasol, he's checked in for Portis. And it's Brooks in for Rose. So he gets them both. And for those of you just joining us, we're almost 2.5 minutes into the second quarter. Butler against Richardson. That's good, and the Heat lead is cut down now to just 6 points with that basket from Jimmy Butler.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Now Brooks.
I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is the 2 points, not the dramatics.
Oh, come on, Clark. He had to go for it, didn't he?
Yeah, but hey. He's an athlete, and I can't fault him for that one, although if he missed it, I might have.
On the wing, Johnson. Brooks covering. Here's McRoberts. Offensive rebound. And there's the slam dunk to finish it off.
And Kevin, the knack for the offensive rebound are a big part of what makes this guy special.
Not to mention, Greg, his ability to finish with strength just like that.
Yeah, he's an invaluable asset for them to have. No question about it.
Here's Johnson. Aaron Brooks picking up that last basket. And here's Richardson outside. Winslow with it. Now defended by McDermott. The rebound by Gibson. To the middle. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
You know, huge height advantage there, but because of the great body control, he's able to cancel it out.
Agreed. The body control essential in that situation. I mean, if you're giving up a bunch of height, then you better be able to manufacture things in the air.
And he gets it to go. Chicago calls timeout. And one of Goran Dragic's greatest traits, Greg, excelling in the open court. High energy point guard, a lot like you, speed to burn, very smart guy, coveted by many.
He really is. And Kevin, he transitions from defense to offense as quickly as anyone in the league, a la Tony Parker, except he's also equally adept at facilitating for others and spotting up for the three, or just taking it to the rack himself.
And Miami making a change here. Stoudemire's checked in. Butler against Wade. Shots good by Butler.
Pretty much all of their buckets coming from inside the paint now.
That's right. 5 of their last 6 makes were on the interior. They've established their inside presence.
McDermott can't get it to go. Pass to Dent. And it's denied. It's tipped. Wade on the wing. And here's Bosh for 3. Brooks grabs the board. And now the fast break. Gibson. Oh. Clark, this tug-of-war game continues.
You know what? And they just keep flip-flopping the lead again and again and again.
And, guys, that's lucky number 7 already in this game.
Gasol with the steal. That's good from McDermott on the assist by Butler. Now it's a 3-point Bulls lead. And let's get your take, guys, on the hustle stats for Chicago.
Well, I think the defensive aggressiveness on display here has caught him off guard, playing airtight defense and coming up with the steals.
And the other thing they've done well is they've run the shooters off their sweet spots. They've really closed out well and forced them to put the basketball on the floor.
Stolen by Wade. In transition, here comes Miami.
When you can make adjustments to the shot in mid-air and midstream and still knock it down, you know you're flowing.
Left side, Butler. Soft touch off the glass. Butler's got 15 points.
Nice job getting inside for the layup. Got the D thinking. Jump shot. Gave a little pump fake. And then off to the races.
And he gets the bucket. And it's 9 points for Wade.
You know, he's putting on an outstanding offensive display, and he may just be getting warmed up here.
Miami's gone 1 of 4 from three-point range in the second. Not a whole lot dropping out there for them. Deng kicks to Wade. Just 5 to shoot. Here's Stoudemire. And count it. 2 points with a chance for one more at the free throw line.
How about battling through the impact there and then willing that basketball in?
Boy, it does your heart good to see that kind of determination in a player. Really excellent focus that time.
Chicago making a switch here. Portis, he's checked in for Gasol. Mirotic comes in for Taj Gibson. Dunleavy's checked in for McDermott. And it's Rose in for Aaron Brooks. And it's the Bulls with the ball. After the Heat pick up 2. To the inside. Mirotic. Yes, and it's Rose with the assist that time. Rose has got his 4th assist in this one. Wade with it. Butler covering. Stoudemire inside. Covered by Mirotic. Deng can't get it to go.
Oh, that's a tough three-point try when you've got the defense right there.
Well, he'd have to be really good to knock down a shot like that against that kind of defense.
Butler dishes to Rose. And that one's good. Now just a 2-point Miami lead.
I really think that's the area they want to work the ball into, and it takes passing like that to get it done.
Here's Bosch. No good on the buzzer beater. And the first.
Give it up for your Heat Dancers.
Welcome back, everyone. We're ready to get going again as this presentation of the NBA on 2K Sports continues. Players are topped off with Gatorade, hydrated, and ready to get going again as well. A fantastic game from Derrick Rose in this one.
And in terms of points in that first half, you know, he's now at a point where we expect him to perform that way.
And, Greg, that tells you all you need to know about what a talent he is. I mean, I'll bet he adds a lot more to his totals after the break.
We have a close ball game on our hands as we get set for the second half of basketball.
What a game for Rose. He's got 17 points, and he's created a lot of chances for his teammates also.
And Clark, some of those assists that he's got today have been just electric.
So for Chicago right now, Butler teams with Dunleavy on the perimeter. Gibson is the 4 with Gasol at the 5. And it's Rose in at the point guard position. Here's Butler following the score by Taj Gibson. And the basket by Rose.
And for Jimmy Butler, so much improvement over his young career, especially as a shooter. His rookie year, he shot just 18% from 3. Last season, he shot 38% from there.
Now here's Deng. Richardson, no luck. And about a minute of action so far in the third quarter. Pushing it up for the lead. He muscles it in through the contact, and they call the foul. And he's on his way to the free throw line.
That's the 10th straight point they've given up in the paint.
And, you know, it doesn't matter how good your defense is on the perimeter if you're going to allow easy ones inside like that.
Getting back to Jimmy Butler's shooting, he looks fantastic with his form now. He's worked so much on his mechanics, as you know, Greg. So much dedication, and that hard work has really begun to pay off.
And you know what? Jimmy Butler should serve as an example for so many young players of what can be accomplished with the tremendous work ethic. I mean, this is a guy that shot the ball well from behind the arc, 83% from the free throw line. And you wonder, given this young man's fortitude, just how much higher those percentages go and how much better he can become.
Butler on the way. Can't cash in from close range. Miami trailer. Here's Dang. Kicks to Whiteside. And the pass to Richardson. Drills it from outside. Richardson's got 6 points.
And the lead goes right back. What a seesaw affair we've got going on.
This game's right there for the taking, but neither team can quite grab hold of it. Like a slippery bar of soap there. Somebody's got to take charge here.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Wade, he's checked in for Richardson. And it's Dragic in for Tyler Johnson. Now here's Butler. He's got 15. Gasol passes to Butler. Shot from 12. Miami grabs the miss. Tang's got 3 rebounds now in this one. No good from Wade.
Yeah, but you have to love that tough interior defense.
And, Greg, that's exactly what he gives you. I mean, he's constantly making his presence felt around the rim.
And it's Dragic off the drive. Dang gets a wide open look. But they'll get another chance. And stolen by Butler. One-on-one fast break. Oh!
And guys, that's a big swing right there. I mean, taking the steal and then turning it into 2 easy points on the dunk.
No telling how important that sequence could turn out to be.
And, guys, in a game this snug, moments like that are the ones we usually look back on at the end as a difference maker.
Now here's Gibson. It's stolen by Wade. And here we go with Bosh running it up the floor.
Man, can you always depend on him or what to lead you to the right place with that pass? Money.
Chicago leading. Rose kicks to Gibson. Right side Gasol. The kick out to Rose. From past the arc. Good, and the assist goes to Gasol. 30 points for Rose.
Right now, the defense needs to do a better job of closing out on this guy. He's heating up from outside.
Timeout called, the Heat.
Pau Gasol was the number 3 pick back in 2001. He managed to average 18 and 9 his first season, was Rookie of the Year, became a perennial All-Star. There's no way his younger brother Mark, who was a second-round pick, could ever match up to that, right? Not so fast, people. Mark's pretty good, too.
Talking about Pau and brother Mark, both of them were excellent last season. The difference is that Pau has always been considered a great prospect, so detractors are much harder on him when they see cracks, I think, Greg, in his game.
Yeah, you know, for Marc Gasol, it can only exceed expectations because they started out so low. I'd simply say that if I had to pick between one or the other for best career, I'd do everything I could to pick both.
Good way to get out of it. Good answer. Catching up on the changes for Chicago. Mirotic is checked in for Gibson. McDermott comes in for Butler. And it's Brooks in for Rose.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at him. He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
In transition, here comes Miami. Richardson's running.
That is such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
And it's one thing to get the steal, but to so alertly turn it into a transition opportunity, even better.
Here's Mirotic. Justice Winslow picking up that last bucket. And out of bounds it is. Last touch by Mirotic.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Johnson attacking. Puts up the baby hook. And Mirotic sends it back. Here's McDermott. Can't get it to go. And Miami the other way now. Now Winslow. He's got 9. That is good.
Better to be lucky than good. Got that shot to fall.
It's Gasol with the drive. McDermott with it. And it's Johnson picking him up. And plenty of contact on the shot. So 2 free throws coming up.
And guys, what a strange rookie campaign for Dougie McBuckets. I mean, he entered the draft as a polished sharpshooter. The Bulls traded up in the first round to get him. And he ended up playing 9 minutes a game over the course of last season.
And on the topic of Doug McDermott, one of the most decorated college players in recent history. And Clark, you called a lot of his games.
Yeah, enjoyed watching him play. And I still think he has a bright future. Just never found any real rhythm. Averaged only 3 points a game. But he didn't get much playing time. So look for him to bounce back in the years going forward. That's the kind of aggressive and assertive play they need as we get closer and closer to crunch time.
You're right, Clark. Just continue to pound it in the paint and get those easy points inside.
And a chance now to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for the Heat.
Defensively, they played with a lot of energy, and the steals we've seen are a result of that aggressiveness.
Another factor here tonight has been the amount of points they've scored off turnover.
And Clark, a great competitive game so far.
Yeah, tit for tat. I mean, back and forth, plenty of lead changes, and excellent play.
And from the look of it, this one could go right down to the wire.
Boy, did they ever make a mess out of that one. A terrible turnover.
Chicago making some changes. Portis comes in for McDermott, and Derrick Rose is subbed in for Brooks. Timeout called the Heat.
And I think taking a time here to talk things over is a smart idea.
One of the things you want to do is make sure everybody is clearly on the same page with the game plan. And sometimes you need a timeout to make sure that's the case.
.119 left here in the third quarter. Dragic. And it's Whiteside off the drive. And there's the whistle on the shot. Took the foul. Shot misses. He'll be shooting 2. And Chicago called for the foul. And a look now at how the offensive approach has been going here so far for the Bulls.
Guys, their play close to the hoop has been great all game.
Yeah, but also give them credit for the layups they've had tonight after strong drives to the basket.
Mirotic has a wide open look. And the Bulls tack on 2 more.
This has just been back and forth all game.
Boy, it's been fun to watch. Both teams trading shots and trading leads. Boy, it's been tight, neck and neck down the stretch.
And they haven't been able to turn it into a big lead, but their rebounding advantage is starting to add up.
Yeah, still close, but with their tough play on the boards, we're certainly seeing the effort.
And it's going to be a 3-second call.
And you can tolerate gaffes like that sometimes, but in a close game, man, I tell you what, that really hurts.
Dang attacking. Wade dishes to Dang. Mirotic grabs the miss. Mirotic has got 3 rebounds now in this one. Dunleavy for 3. And here's Wade. With 4 seconds on the clock, he lays it in. Wade's got 4 points in the quarter.
You have to be disciplined on defense, Kevin. Biting on every pump fake isn't going to get it done.
That concludes the third quarter. It continues to be an exciting neck-and-neck game. Heat lead by 1. And when we return, we'll get the fourth quarter rolling right here on 2K Sports. And we're set to start the action up here in the fourth quarter. And if it's anything like the first 3, we should be in for a treat. Last outing for Miami, it was a loss to Cleveland. We've got Josh McRoberts. Johnson is out there with Richardson. Then it's Stoudemire. And it's Winslow in at the 3, the small forward. That's the group in the game for the Heat. And Stoudemire slams it in.
And that's an example of willpower right there, guys. I mean, grabbing the offensive rebound and then going back up strong.
And GA, in a close game like this where every possession is critical, that could prove to be a very big one.
Boy, it sure could, Kevin. I mean, he salvaged 2 big points for them off that miss.
And they'll be counting on even more points from him. That's essential if they're going to pull this game out.
Really impressed with the way Jimmy Butler last season made big strides in his game, going from a supporting role player to someone you can build your team around.
Chicago trailing here. Deflects the pass. It's stolen by Stoudemire. Here's Johnson. The second chance effort. It's rebounded by Portis.
Now, nice work there to contest the finish inside.
You know, they got the shot they wanted, but his defense, I mean, deterred them from those plans.
And tired legs affect you at the defensive end first, and that's what we're seeing here.
You called it, Greg. As much offense as we saw early, we're seeing even more of it here late.
You know, he was a non-factor in that first half, but now he's making up for lost time.
Rose, no good. Winslow, wide open. He fires. Misses the 3, and he used the pump fake well there, but he couldn't capitalize. Rose goes in. Now here's Butler. Guarded closer. Good D by Johnson. Stoudemire setting the pick for Richardson. Up off the screen. So the whistle blows on the shot, and 2 free throws for the contact right there.
And you don't ever want to get into the habit of letting the offense get to the rim.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. I mean, that's the message they were sending with that foul. Nothing easy inside.
Here's what Miami's going with right now. Whiteside's checked in for Stoudemire. Wash comes in for Josh McRoberts. Luol Deng is checked in for Winslow. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Richardson.
They're locked in from the charity stripe this half. Not a miss yet.
And trying to cut into this lead, they need every edge they can get.
Goran Dragic is checked in for the Heat.
Listen, they're still right in this thing. Missing that free throw, though, keeps this a 2-possession deficit.
From deep, Rose. Miami grabs the miss. Whiteside's got 4 rebounds now tonight.
He's certainly not been at his best this quarter, and that's an understatement.
I love the ball movement there. He put that on a silver platter. Just served him up.
Time called here. The Bulls decide to talk it over. And Hassan Whiteside of Miami had the breakout year of all breakout years. Clark, he blew up in the right way last season. Averaged a double-double over 48 games.
Yeah, and great to see for Whiteside because he did have some issues prior to the breakout year. And it's nice to see him find his stride and produce with that awesome talent he has.
Let's find out what Doris Burke has for us.
Well, Kevin, I was able to listen in on what the head coach of the Chicago Bulls was going over in his huddle. He told them to stick with what's worked to this point, saying, listen, they're giving us all the space we need inside. Let's take advantage of it. Keep working the ball inside the paint.
Thanks again, Doris. Swiped away. Here's Rose. The big dunk at the end of the break.
Yeah, how about the sharp steal and then run out? It looks like they're ready to put the hammer down.
Well, we've been waiting for one of these teams, Greg, to pull away. Maybe that'll be a springboard for them.
Could be. A dunk like that coming off a great defensive play has to build some momentum.
And talking about Whiteside, he isn't completely out of the woods yet. I mean, after a couple of ejections last season, his teammates publicly condemned his actions. They questioned his maturity, challenged him to be more reliable, and for the most part, he was after those incidents. Yeah, it's such a sweet three-point stroke there, and it can really open things up inside because as good as he shoots it, it forces the opposing bigs to have to step out on the perimeter. No doubt that is within his range.
Well, I would hope so. He's a pro, and it was only a one-footer. Come on now.
Pau Gasol, he's checked in for the Bulls. Dunleavy comes in for Mirotic.
And you know, the thing about Whiteside, guys, when he's right, he's an unbelievable game changer. Second in the league in blocked shots last season. Also posted the second best field goal percentage. The guy can play if he keeps his head squarely on his neck.
Outside Gibson. And it's out of bounds. The Heat will take it the other way.
And that's just carelessness there. I mean, you have got to have your head in the game.
Dwayne Wade on the wing. Defended by Butler. Again, the Heat good for two.
Now is not the time to be giving him that kind of shot.
To the paint. And it's caught by Whiteside. And they're able to recover. The dish to Butler. And that one's good. Butler's got the game tied up here for the Bulls.
Excellent ball movement there, guys.
And that's keyed this run. Passing it with purpose. The D hasn't been able to keep up.
First free throw is good. And Goran Dragic drops them both.
No slowing him down. Just incredible numbers for Dragic. He's got 8 points and 9 assists. He's showing us those quick hands today, both when he has the ball and when he doesn't.
Clark, you love the fact that he's a terrific distributor, but also, how about those defensive instincts? That's also been excellent today.
To the paint. Here's Wade. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot two.
Yeah, nice, strong finish there. Nearly a three-point opportunity.
Full throttle, pedal to the metal, attacking basketball. I like that.
And if they continue, Kevin, their outstanding free throw shooting, that'll help them seal the deal.
Yeah, they've not missed a single foul shot this half, and that's taking care of business, fellas.
And a foul called on the shot. Got him on the way up that time, so he'll shoot two right here.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
Yeah, the officials didn't need to talk that one over. It was obvious.
Free throw, good Butler. And so Butler nails both of them.
And you really can't say enough about his composure in the big moments, as cool as they come.
And the jam by Whiteside.
Solid on the one-hand throw down there.
You know, Clark, when it's a tight ball game like this, he's the guy they want with the ball.
Yep.
Yeah, and one reason why I just don't know that I've ever seen him miss a play like that. They're consistently finding ways to get the ball inside and taking full advantage.
Pretty clear, it's smash mouth basketball. Pound that thing inside.
Rose goes in, and it's sent back by Bosh. And here we go. Fast break. Wade's got it. Mike Dunleavy is going to pick up the foul. That is his first foul of the game.
You know what? Tried to step in and cut him off, but just didn't get there quick enough.
Yeah, he was one step late that time, Greg.
Here's Wade. And that one is hammered home.
And, guys, this game won't be close for long if they keep giving up dunks like that.
No, it won't, Jay. You're right. A glaring error defensively and letting them get all the way to the basket that time.
But it's only 2 points. I mean, it was flashy, no doubt, but still, it only counts for 2. 2 is all.
Bosh with it. Now guarded by Gibson. And that one's good. And that's 10 points for Luol Deng.
I love how he establishes his post position inside before he converts.
Dragic again throws. Can't hit. Bosh with some nice D. Well, Heat leading by 6. And he gets the kind bounce as that one drops in for him.
He has created some terrific opportunities for himself and really made the most of them.
From deep, Rose buries it. Oh, and that cuts the lead to just 5.
Boy, he's making it look really easy right now. I expect them to continue to run the offense through him until the defense makes them change plans.
And Whiteside sends it back. And it's Wade penetrating. And easy 2 points on the layup.
Really just continuing to increase the lead. This one should be easy for the rest of the way.
Yeah, and you know, Greg, at this late stage, a lead like that, it has a team really feeling quite good about itself, and deservedly so.
So it's Miami now. And Miami can just let the clock run down here. First free throw is good, and that stretches their lead to 8. And so he drops them both. It's a 9-point ball game here.
And that's exactly how you close a game out. Those free throws will bury them for sure.
The shot by Butler, nobody around. And a miss there on the triple. And so it's Miami winning this one. Some good moments throughout this one, but they had the clear advantage down the stretch.
Yeah, and I thought good execution really played a big part throughout.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. This is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for tuning in. Now we...